I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician come to your house wanting to vie for your vote. Just ask him, what is your vision for my children? I will sit and listen for 20 minutes for you to tell me what it is. He will leave your house. Because he has no interest in your children's children. His concern is to stay in power, to keep the position, to win the next election. This is why they cannot lead. When you are going to have a conversation with a politician, you should actually try this as a test. You, by the way, as a citizen of a community, you have a right to be seen by the mayor. Hope you know that. If you voted for a mayor, the mayor works for you. Therefore, you have a right to see him. You can make an appointment to see any public officer you voted for. Did you know that? That's your legal right. If he don't want to see you, you can take him to court. That's democracy. So I want you to make an appointment to go and see him here, or go and see a governor, and just sit there. I want 30 minutes with you, sir. And ask him about that list right there. And sir, what is your purpose for being in leadership in this city? What is your purpose? The first question will make him very nervous. Second question, what is your passion for our community? He'll be wondering what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I just want to build roads and bridges and provide jobs. No. What is your passion?
Live right now here.
We need to question the leaders we have. And so I have a little thought here. I call it politics versus leadership. Let's talk about it for a second. Number one, politicians focus on programs, not vision. Number two, politicians' priority is securing the next election, not securing the next generation. Their focus is different. Number three, politicians are preoccupied with promises, not purpose. What we need is statesmen. Statesmen. They don't need more politicians. A statesman is an interesting human. A statesman think of the next generation.
Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated match in the history of professional wrestling for the heavyweight championship of the world. Are you ready? Wrestling fans, are you ready?
Ready?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
But listen to me. Big up the government. Respect. But you see me? The truth is just the truth. I have to respect it. Our country now run right. Our country now run right. All who believe me must have blank say blow. It's nothing. It's not me, it's not puffy.
Well, finally, I want to say to the people of Jamaica, we're at a tipping point. One thing that Richard Pandora, CEO of Septon, said to me today, that in can't understand why everybody's so silent and why the people are so silent and take all of this problem. And that's why I say, we want the people of Jamaica to wise up and rise up and make the man them know. So we know that we are in a crisis and we're not tolerating those things anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. My computer is back. Now, I don't get the right charger for the computer. I get a universal charger. But I still need the right charger for the computer. So I have to get the right charger for the computer, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? But anyway, it's good to be here. I hope that you guys feel the same. Welcome to the platform. Please remember to hit the like button and share the live. And there is a poll in the chat. Please contribute to the poll. Thank you very much. If you are watching the replay, please remember to hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, man. Hey, y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now. Stop playing. Support, support, support. The like button is free, heard? So, we have Asgol in the building. Good night, Asgol. Let me know where you guys are watching from, ladies and gentlemen. We have a ton of stuff to go through, and this is going to be a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. It's not going to be a sprint, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a marathon. So, saddle up, share the live, let them know that I'm here and I'm here for the night. I'm here for the long haul. We're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Trust and believe. We're going to get into it. Now, let me first make sure someone find this document here. So these couple documents, yes. I need this document. Yes, I need this one. This document for sure. All right, gonna need that document. And we're gonna need the next document we're gonna need is this one. Let me scroll down a bit. This is the first document we're going to need. Yes, yes. There's a third document that I'm going to need for this first reaction. Yes, because we want it in chronological order. That's right. Let me refresh this page. Boom. That is it. Amazing. 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 Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother BOLO V&R, and I want to say welcome to the platform. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on all platforms. BOLO TBV, BOLO V&R Clips, BOLO V&R, and BOLO V&R 2.0. Like the video, share the video, please. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell and click all so you can get all notifications. And you can follow me on Win with BOLO on Instagram. All right, the donation, the donation options are there. We have the Cash App, we have the PayPal, we have the Zelle. The donation link is always pinned in the comment section. You understand? Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I first came into the commentary on politics, I was very neutral. You understand? Because I was one of those Jamaicans that thought both entities were truly the same. The PNP and the JLP, none of them never better. But through research, through knowledge, and through experience, I've come to understand that one is the devil and the other one is leaning onto the side of the Lord. Not fully committed, but enough of the people in there is on that side. Because we're not going to be blinded, and I'm not die-hearted. So enjoy the platforms. Make sure you subscribe to all of them and support. Become a member. We have the membership. There's a lot of different perks for the membership. There's membership only videos. They get membership shout-outs, birthdays, stuff like that. And it's a way to support the platform on a monthly basis. And there's two options. So check out the two options, see what's good for you. You can give people memberships. You can also super chat is available, and you can also send gifts just like TikTok, right? And if you're watching on the virtual scene, all you got to do is double tap the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So big up on yourself. Welcome to the platform. All right. So I needed that video because I need to post that video on all of my channels right there. New video, because the other one that I had, it was more about me being neutral. I'm like, I need to upgrade this. You get me? Anyway. All right. So let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. There is no time to waste. We were given a bombshell report today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the bombshell report. Deportee deal. Jamaica offers to accept non-nationals being booted from the USA. Being booted. That means they don't want them anymore. But the Jamaica accepts this deal. Yeah, you heard me right. Bombshell, ladies and gentlemen. It has gone viral, but I want to give you a comprehensive reporting on this thing. All right, so let's listen to the article because this is the basis this is the genesis of how it started.
Discover more. Business news. Lifestyle article. Kingston and Washington are expected to begin talks on an agreement first pitched by a senior Jamaican government official that could see the island accepting up to 10,000 non-Jamaicans being deported from the United States. A document from the United States Embassy in Kingston, seen by the Gleaner, outlines the operational framework for the proposed Third Country Nationals (TCN) agreement, which has triggered controversy in several countries that have entered into similar arrangements with Washington. The TCN deals came under local scrutiny last year when a Jamaica man, Orville Itoria, was deported from the United States to the African country of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, in July with no ties to that nation. Following intense international scrutiny and diplomatic pushback, the Eswatini government released and repatriated him to Jamaica in late September 2025, and he was reunited with his family. Under the proposed Memorandum of Understanding, MU, the U.S. would transfer up to 25 foreign nationals every 2 weeks to Jamaica for an unspecified period.
Ladies and gentlemen, two things to note. 25 nationals every 2 weeks to Jamaica for an unspecified period. It could be 20 years from now. It could be 1 year. It could be 2 years. These details, we do not know. We're hearing a figure of 10,000 people. That would make it around 15 years, according to my learned friend, ABR News TV. But let's continue.
Period. This is expected to be a case-by-case arrangement, the draft MOU said, in which the U.S. may use its discretion to propose transfers and the government may, in its discretion, consider accepting the proposal in whole or in part. The arrangement would explicitly exclude unaccompanied minors, Jamaicans, and individuals convicted of serious criminal offenses.
This is another important part. According to them, it would exclude, that means we won't have people that are sent here that's unaccompanied minors, right? We won't have Jamaicans and individuals convicted of serious criminal offenses. All right? I need them to define what is serious criminal offenses. I think we deserve that definition, but let's continue.
Offenses, to the extent known to the U.S. government, except in cases involving violations of U.S. immigration laws. Prior to any transfer, each proposed deportee's biographical, medical, and criminal documentation, to the extent available and permitted by law, is to be provided to the Dr. Andrew Holness-led government. Both countries intend that all actions taken under the MOU will be in accordance with respective obligations under the Convention relating to status of refugees, also known as the 1951 Refugee Convention, the document said. Further, the U.S. wants to assure Jamaica that it would treat any deportee in a manner that is in accordance with its international legal obligations and would not be subjected to persecution on account of race, religion, nationality, membership in particular social group, or political opinion or torture. It said this should not occur in Jamaica or in any other country to which Jamaica may subsequently transfer them. Public messaging about the agreement would be coordinated by both countries. Either country would be able to discontinue the arrangement at any time, but a 90-day written notice is required through diplomatic channels.
So here we are going now, Oris Chang. You see this right here, sir? Public messaging about the agreement would be coordinated by both countries. It looks like we get catch off guard because the agreement come out for international news, and then after, when everybody talking about it on social media get the buzz, we soon put out statement. Why we never put out statement same time? That's a whole other conversation. But there's a 90-day period to end the agreement. So Oris Cham, I could tell you from now, discontinue this. Make them know, so within 90 days, this agreement has to end. But let's continue. Madness.
Channels.
Crazy, bro.
Nothing in this MU is intended to create any rights or obligations under the international or domestic law, including with respect to the disbursement or obligation of funds, the proposed pact said. It further outlined that TCNs with a final or expedited order of removal and individuals who are medically authorized to travel by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security would be eligible for transfer to Jamaica. TCNs not admitted by Jamaica would be transferred back to the U.S. The government of the United States of America intends to propose to the government of Jamaica to transfer to Jamaica up to 25 individuals every 2 weeks. If at any point 10 or more individuals transferred by the government of the United States of America remain in Jamaica for more than 30 days, the government of the United States of America will pause proposing the transfer of additional individuals until fewer than 10 transferred from the United States under the MOU remain in Jamaica, the document said.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot confirm if this is true, any of it, but that part is very interesting. So if there's 10 persons at any given time here in Jamaica, the United States will pause the transfer until the 10 people are removed. So this is supposed to be what? A transit of come to Jamaica first and then go wherever else you're going. It don't make no sense to me why them don't just send them directly to the place, but this is what the document is saying. Let's continue.
It said the Jamaican government may decide to exceed any figure at its discretion and, in such a case, would inform the U.S.
So the Jamaican government can say, yeah man, you can't send them, man.
At the same time, the proposed MOU stated that the agreement does not financially commit either the U.S. or Jamaican governments. However, it said the U.S. intends to review available foreign assistance funds to support the initiative and plans to pay a qualified international organization for services it provides to individuals transferred under the MOU.
So the USA now pay them, but we are going to figure some way to pay them. Let's continue.
Document said that 72 hours prior to a removal, the U.S. intends to send to the Jamaican Ministry of National Security and Peace a flight manifest of the individuals expected to be transferred.
I'm back, baby.
Jamaica is expected to provide a response within 36 hours of approved cases. Human said that 72 hours prior to a removal, the U.S. intends to send to the Jamaican Ministry of National Security and Peace a flight manifest of the individuals expected to be transferred. Jamaica is expected to provide a response within 36 hours of approved cases. The deportees are expected to arrive via a Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston, and personnel from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security are expected to accompany them. The MU's purpose, the document said, stems from the need to prevent the abuse of lawful migration systems to deter illegally facilitated and unlawful cross-border migration, and to counter the negative effects of unlawful migration. The U.S., under its Immigration and Nationality Act, has leveraged bilateral deals, financial packages, and geopolitical pressure to secure agreements with more than 30 countries across Latin America, Africa, Europe, and Asia to accept non-citizens. Signed agreements or active operational frameworks exist in several CARICOM countries, including Belize, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia.
Now, an important part in this article, it says the U.S. under its Immigration and Nationality Act has leveraged bilateral deals, financial packages, and geopolitical pressure. I believe this is where the Jamaican government falls in the category of this particular deal. Geopolitical pressure. That's just my opinion. But let's listen to Donna Scott Motley, ladies and gentlemen.
Questions that the following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit. These reports raise a number of important questions that the government must answer. Jamaicans deserve to know whether the government has been approached regarding such an agreement, whether discussions have taken place, and whether any commitments or understandings have been reached. The government should also indicate whether Cabinet has considered the matter, what criteria would govern the acceptance of individuals under such an arrangement, what legal status those individuals would hold while in Jamaica, and what obligations Jamaica would assume under the proposed agreement. This is not simply a matter of foreign policy. It is a matter that touches on national sovereignty, immigration policy, public resources, and public confidence. The government must therefore be transparent about any discussions that may be taking place and about the implications such an arrangement could have for Jamaica. Given the significance of this matter, I believe the government should move swiftly to clarify the facts and outline its position. Questions of this magnitude cannot be left to speculation. The Jamaican people are entitled to a clear and timely explanation.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what that told you is that the PNP was absolutely flabbergasted, hit for 6, had no idea. Can you imagine the opposition having no idea? I was listening to Colin Bell, and Colin Bell said the opposition leader had no idea. Nobody knew in the PNP about this particular deal. But, you know, hey, a statement was made on Colin Bell's show, right? Well, it was made on the radio. Colin Bell had played it, so I will find it and make you hear it. Big up Albert in the building. Wagwan Albert, greetings from London. Blessings with General Clive Bygrave, big up yourself. Wonder if it's on the big ship those prisoners come. That's why they log off the light from us. Hey, people now they gonna like something, you know. I don't wrong, you know. That was pretty bizarre. That was pretty bizarre. But let me find the clip from I'm telling myself it's saddle up, you know, because it's going to be one of those nights. It's gonna be one of those nights, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. Let me find it when he played the clip. When it came on the news, right? This was what? No, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Whoa.
Creators, take these 3 apps I built to run my business made with Base 44. They're ready for you.
Why? Them are Julie with a light post. I will tell you where them no tell you no. What time the current leader respond to me? Wagwan, yes, sir. Into country.
More in the support from as part of
right, yes, sir. I'm find it. Alright, I'm find it. So now, yeah. Let me just share about the screen for now. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I found the clip, right? Listen to the clip. This is the clip from I believe it's IRFM or one of them stations there, of the release that Horace Chang gave when all this, even I think there's an article in the Observer as well where, you know, the opposition leader was asking for clarity. All right, so let's listen to this.
Its massive immigration crackdown. More in the support from Halshane Burke.
In a statement this afternoon, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang confirmed that Jamaica has an agreement to accept third country nationals from the United States.
So him confirmed, so them have an agreement, which the opposition didn't know about and the wider public, me and you, the Jamaican citizens. How disrespectful. Something this important. Obviously that will raise concerns. Anybody that is a well-thinking Jamaican, this particular situation would raise some serious concerns. You understand? I had a million questions when I read the news article. A million. You guys can go watch my previous live. I had a million questions. Right? But he come to confirm that there's a deal. But let's continue.
The US government has been urging a number of countries to accept immigrants who are in the country illegally and some convicted for serious crimes. A number of countries have rejected the offer by the Trump administration. But in his statement, Dr. Chang sought to assure the public that the safety and security of Jamaica and its people, as well as our obligations under international law, have guided every step of the discussion
Stop,
on the memorandum of
Stop. You know, you hear what that's a little while? Marshall, you hear what that's a little while?
Wait, man.
Well, no, Marshall. Hold on. Maybe you never hear. Listen again. Come not to hear what I say. Listen.
Government as part of its massive immigration crackdown.
Listen this.
Knowing the support from Shane Burke.
In a statement this afternoon, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang confirmed that Jamaica has an agreement to accept third country nationals.
Stop. Dr. Chang confirmed that Jamaica have an agreement. Is that talks we, you know? Before I let in, Marshall, let me tell you something.
Emotional, damn it!
Yesterday we had some problems with the show. Lot of technical difficulties. And I found out what it was, did some work last night. So I said, let me test the channel this morning. So I did a morning program and about 400 or 500 people watching. I was around for a little over an hour. And people brought it to my attention in the chat room. So I Googled it. As soon as I got off the phone, I called the opposition spokesperson on foreign affairs, Senator Donna Scott Motley. She was just learning about it, like myself.
What can go so?
I messaged the leader of opposition and the president of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Golding. And I watched my phone, 1 hour, I not see no response. I said to myself, this is unlike the comrade leader. I have never messaged the comrade leader and it take an hour to respond. 2 hours, me not get no response. I got a response from the comrade leader. I look at me and I tell you no. What time the comrade leader respond to me? I tell you no. The first response from the comrade leader was 3 o'clock.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. So I just wanted to establish to you how serious it is that nobody in the PMP never knew nothing about it. They were totally thrown off, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to go to Mr. the man himself. This is the shadow spokesperson on national security, Mr. Fitz Jackson, that was on Mystic Sensation earlier. Let's listen to what he has to say about the situation.
As such as that, right, Horace Chang confirmed, right, that they are about to sign off on a deal in accepting 10,000 deportees, right, and as I said, some with extreme felonies. My thing and my concern is supposed to be your concern as well. I want to ask you, when did you and the people, the People's National Party, make awareness of this situation?
Well, we woke up to the news. I personally woke up to the news this morning. I am aware that it was never known to many of my colleagues because just up to last night, I was in a party executive meeting up until after 8 o'clock last night, and that matter never arose. We were not apprised of it. But you know, the opposition being told is one thing.
Something is not right.
Merville, what?
And what is very concerning
Respect wild
for
patch,
me,
respect.
and I think it ought to be for any
Maybe
well-thinking Jamaican. When we heard of it this morning, we issued a statement. My colleague spokesperson, Mrs. Donna Scott Motley, issued a statement from us. Having heard the news, asked for greater particulars in the matter so that we are aware of what in fact is being considered and what decisions the government either have made or contemplate making. That said, later on I read a statement by the Minister of National Security, which when you read the statement, one, it came after the information was leaked to the public. And that is important to note, that the government clearly never had any intention for us to become aware of it until after it was already in force.
So let me take you to that statement, ladies and gentlemen. Me tell you, say, this is going to be a marathon, you know, not a sprint. Now, it's see it here, ocean-wide, yeah man. See it here, statement by the Minister of National Security, peace and peace of Jamaica, blah, blah, blah. As the Minister of Responsibility for Jamaica National Security Interests, I want to assure the public that the safety and security of our citizens and all people in Jamaica, as well as our obligation under international law, have guided every step of the decision. So he's confirming the decision was made, right? I want to first clarify that the individuals who may be transferred under this framework are not being brought to Jamaica as permanent migrants. Then why are they coming here? Why them are coming here? These are nationals of other countries other than Jamaica who are being facilitated through a structured process to transit through Jamaica to a third territory. Then why are they coming to Jamaica? Why do you need to transfer them? Why them can't get a direct flight to where them are go? Including returning to their home countries. Jamaica is not opening its borders for an uncontrollable migration program. This MOU is the outcome of negotiations between two foreign sovereign partners. It was not an automatic acceptance of any proposal. So now, when you notice, this is the social media them are answering. But you see, if they had come out and put out a press release and let the people know and talk about it in Parliament and let the people know, see, somebody type every single week we have to question our government actions. LOL. Why they never put out a statement? This is a long-ass statement, but it's there, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can go and read it. It basically regurgitates all of the things about the deal. Now, it says it is important to address recent public reporting, which has referenced a figure of 10,000 individuals. That number does not represent an agreed quota or commitment under this MOU. Then what is the number? What's the number? If it's not 10,000, you're still not giving the people clarity. You're just leaving it in the air for us to speculate. Right? Leave it in the air. So when people put a figure, no, it's not that figure. But anyway, that is it. That's the document he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to what Mr. Fitzjackson was saying, all right? Crazy, bro.
It came after the information was leaked to the public.
Gideon, big up. C-Jam, big up.
That the government clearly never had any intention for us to become aware of it until after it was already in force. They never inform us of what they are considering, what they are contemplating in the first instance, which will be covered in the MOU. And secondly, what you agreed to that would make for a formal agreement. No such thing. So they were forced because they could not deny the authenticity of what came out. But it got worse. The statement that they issued varied in some fundamental areas from what the leaked story was. For example, and it points out the disingenuousness of the government. It is alleged that up to 10,000 persons would be in Jamaica up to any one time. When you read the minister's statement, it says no, it is not true. It will be less than 10,000. But how many? Is it 9,999?
Exactly.
Because you are in a discussion. You must know what is it that you are even considering. What that number would be. So that one jumped out at me.
Yeah.
But before we go into those details, from where I am, those are secondary, right? First of all, why are we considering such an arrangement to begin with? What Jamaican interests to be served by entering in this arrangement? Is it about Jamaicans? Certainly not. Is it about who and which country? No, it says that there are persons in transit to a third party country. In transit for what period? But before you even go to what period, why do they need to stop in Jamaica? Is it a transatlantic flight that you need refueling in Jamaica to continue on to the destination? Why is it Jamaica, short distance from the US, have to be a holding area for nationals of other countries? Why? So before I go further, I want that basic, fundamental, first step question to be answered. Why is it that Jamaica needs to go into an arrangement like this? Our sovereignty question issue comes into being. Because you're talking about third party countries, nationals of another country. not the one you are negotiating with, but a third party. On what basis such persons need to come into Jamaica? And when I ask myself those questions, that it doesn't involve any Jamaican, because it says third party countries, so we know it has nothing to do with Jamaicans. I recall some years ago during the PNP administration, when we were having discussions with the British for a state-of-the-art prison, we're having discussions, so we know it has nothing to do with Jamaicans. I recall some years ago during the PNP administration, when we were having discussions with the British, for a state-of-the-art prison to be built in Jamaica that would serve two purposes. At least. One, in order to deal with our prison space, because our two main prisons are overcrowded enormously. And secondly, to deal with Jamaican nationals who are imprisoned abroad and who would eventually come to Jamaica. Now, for Jamaican citizens, we can't refuse them. And as I recall, one of the considerations that gave rise to this discussion.
Somebody is mentioning that it says that a senior government official, why didn't they put their name? For obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. That's a part of the article that's important. A senior government official, it says that they are the one that approached the USA to say, yeah man, you know you can send the people through here, so I want it for Darrell Vaz. I want it for Andrew Oles.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
I just asking questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
In order to deal with our prison space, because our two main prisons are overcrowded enormously. And secondly, to deal with Jamaican nationals who are imprisoned abroad and who would eventually come to Jamaica. Now, for Jamaican citizens, we can't refuse them. And as I recall, one of the considerations that gave rise to this discussion was the issue of Jamaicans detained abroad and are without contact by their family members because of the distance and the cost of traveling there. So they've been housed in Jamaica, and at the UK's expense will enable the family members of those detainees to be able to visit them and continue interaction. And having said that, I want to make a very important point, because the truth be told, many of us see prisoners as people who was condemned forever, not recognizing that they are not in detention forever, and they are going to come back into mainstream society at such point. And so you want to make sure that when they are released from prison, they can get back into normal life in Jamaica. So we have an interest in making sure that those who we detain, we mean in the state, they are detained in such a way that when they come out from prison, they don't cause more disruption to the Jamaican society. So, what I'm trying to basically say is that before we even give consideration to this news that we have heard about, those basic questions as to why, what Jamaican interest to be served by this arrangement. When we can answer that question successfully or reasonably, then we can go on to other questions.
All right, very good, Mr. Fitz. But I want to ask you, I want to push on something that you said earlier, right? When you look at the situation in terms of the government contemplating, right, to go into a deal like this, and nowhere in that deal that you can see where it is beneficial to Jamaica. I'm going to ask you a direct question. Do you believe that the government of Jamaica being suppressed or forced into a situation like this?
I cannot say definitively that they are, but I would say this. If you are not forced, why would you want to go into an arrangement like this?
That one sucks.
If you are not forced, why would you voluntarily, without any coercion, without any force, elect to go into an arrangement like this?
Bro.
That will benefit to the Jamaican citizens or the Jamaican state.
Exactly.
Why would you do that?
So let me give you some other serious considerations here. And that is one of the reasons why I played the clip earlier as it relates to how porous our correctional system is. Extremely porous, right? And where the building structures heavily deteriorated, right? Now, we don't know as it relates to how serious, as it relates to felony charges, some of these men, right, may hold, right, the high level of criminal background. And so then they are going to put into a system that is already clogged, overcrowded. I am asking you, does this hinge on a humanitarian crisis? Does it also hinge on an healthcare crisis? Does it hinge on an economic crisis? What say you?
No, but I think the answers to those questions are quite respectful, quite obvious. Why? And you have said it. We have a serious overcrowding problem in our penal institutions. And we have had it for some time now. The GP, Tower Street facility, has over 1,700 inmates, male inmates. That place was built for 800 persons, so about that double the capacity. St. Catherine District Prison, I think the build capacity was about 750. It is over, it is near to 1,000 now. So we have an ongoing overcrowding problem of penal institution. But outside of the overcrowding of the facility is the quality of the facility which we have to deal with for existing inmates. If you can't adequately cater for who you have, why are you consciously, without coercion, without force, compounding the problem for your Jamaican citizens? That's a question that the government should answer. And we would demand, we as Jamaicans should demand from them, what's the rationale for it? It does not, you know, as the guy say in the street, it not maxing out.
Exactly. Because you and I, you know, we are critical thinkers. Melting pot, right? We have Sister Daisy, we are all critical thinkers. And we are saying, okay, all right, let us possibly look on potential benefits. And we can't see any. Nothing there. Nothing there to, you know, benefit Jamaica whatsoever. So this seems to me that it contributes to some personal benefits, right? As to say, okay, if the government is compromised, and we are just being careful here, If the government compromised and the government is under threat, then of course we could see the rationale for the government to delve into something like this.
I don't know.
In terms of passing over, right? Whatever culpability they have, we don't know. But we're looking at a set, for example, let us play with some numbers here, Brother Fitz. Let us think about, and we want to try to be reasonable now, right? So we are not even going to go 50% of the 10,000 as it relates to the possibility of those who have serious criminal offenses. And so then, of course, the question, where are we going to put these people? Are we going to build new facility to facilitate them? I mean, they are in transit, so obviously no. That situation is no, because they are in transit. No, so obviously, where are we going to put these people? And if we are going to put these people in our prison, then we are going to have the situation as it relates to overcrowdedness, right? That's a humanitarian crisis. Why would the government up something like this that is going to hinge on a humanitarian crisis, right? And the other thing, Brother Fitz, is that we don't know the healthcare status of these persons. We don't know the health status of these persons.
Well, but put it this way, Byron, we don't know anything.
Jamaica, we don't know nothing. What me say? We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing, Jamaica. Colin Bell said, we don't know nothing. We have more questions than answers. And it's the question about the healthcare status of people. That's a damn good question. I never thought about that. Big up, Mr. Bar. I first personally here asked about the healthcare status. That right there is a damn good question. That should have been the first question. Yo, what the man read? That made me have my head raised now. What the man really depend, bro? What the man really depend? My conspiracy mind just gone all over a place a while ago. Is this the setup of a next pandemic? Mighty God. Is if these men are not going to go in prison, where am I going to go? Where are going to hold them for 30 days? Because I'm supposed to leave Jamaica, right? According to Horace Strong, right, Joanne? So where am I go? Where am I go? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can go ahead and check out the rest of that particular interview on Mystic Sensation. Make sure someone go subscribe. You understand? Yeah. And make sure you guys like and share this video. Get it up to 1,000 likes. Please and thanks. And of course, follow me on all my platforms. Alright? BOLO V&R, BOLO V&R 2.0, BOLO V&R Clips, and BOLO TBV. That's it. Alright. Now, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I go check something now. I'm not even meds none at all. I'm kind of afraid. I'm not telling a lie. I'm actually afraid. You see. We just move past the bangarang there.
Entire Jamaica woke up to a reality from a Gleaner report. I want when can't say I never warn you Jamaica and can block me from social media. So I can't see another pink wall post and I have no problem with that. Anyhow, Jamaica.
Yeah, man. So let's get into this. Because I'm not listen to this none at all. I want to hear what Andrew has to say about that something. So ladies and gentlemen, blessings. Again, the hot topic is the deportees. So I haven't heard what Mr. Stevens, PDTV, has to say on the matter. And of course, I'm going to give my raw reaction right now. And please like and share the video. Don't keep it to yourself. And make sure you go and subscribe to Partner Jar TV. And make sure you go and watch last night's episode. The first part of it was pure banger, and I'm not even going to touch that. I'll leave in that one alone, ladies and gentlemen. But make sure you watch the full episode of our June 16th. Yeah, man. Make sure you watch the full episode of PVTV, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it.
No. Can't say I never warn you, Jamaica, and can't say I never tell you. Can't say I never warn you, Jamaica, and I can't say I never tell you. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that, Jamaica? When the limits came, and when the 2.5 million US dollars came to Jamaica, I asked Jamaica, what were the conditions for said money? I asked Jamaica, what were the conditions for said money? This morning, the entire Jamaica woke up to a reality from a Gleaner report that Jamaica is going to accept 10,000 deportees to Jamaica. I'm going to say it again. Jordan, work with me quickly now, man. 10,000 Jamaicans. 10,000 Jamaicans. Not what Golding said yet. 10,000 Jamaicans. Not Jamaicans, deportees.
I'm not even Jamaican then. That wouldn't be a problem.
Goodness! I asked about the Trojan horse. I told you the Trojan horse coming with something. 10,000 non-nationals. 10,000 Jamaica non-nationals coming into Jamaica. You know what I said? 10,000 of them. And you're going to tell me that the 2.5 million US dollars never come with conditionalities?
What can go?
Then already somewhere come out, trying to deceive all of you. Talking about it was voluntary done. It was voluntary done.
Dead.
Who are these non-immigrants, Courtney? Who are these non-immigrants coming to Jamaica? Who are these non-immigrants coming to Jamaica? Do you know their antecedents? Who are they, Courtney? Who are they in Jamaica? Are they Spanish thugs? Are they rapists and pedophiles? 25 of them coming every 2 weeks.
Emotional damage.
25 of them Jamaica coming every 2 weeks. I'm going to say it to you again. 25 of them coming every 2 weeks. I want to give you context. You have almost 3 million Jamaicans. You're not getting good healthcare service. You're not getting good health, water, you're not getting good food distribution.
Embarrassing.
We need some. You're not getting a good education system. You don't have solutions for proper housing.
My God.
And your government decides to take 10,000 non-immigrants.
Make it make sense.
Mind you, the sex offenders registry is not open. Mind you, you don't know how you're going to monitor these people. How you're going to find jobs for them. This is unacceptable, Jamaica. This is unacceptable, Jamaica. Totally unacceptable. What me say? Very unacceptable. And nobody sees the embarrassment that is coming for Jamaica. Nobody realizes. Chan claim that there will be strict safeguard. Chan can't even confirm the security of the country. How then are you going to monitor?
Embarrassing.
How are you going to monitor Jamaica? You know, say Jamaica is in a one dongo.
Murder.
You know, say Jamaica in a one serious dirty cesspool.
Nasty.
We cannot even manage the affairs of healthcare in the country. Trade on, make them see the state of healthcare. Make them see the video about the state of healthcare in this damn fucking country. And you're going to talk about, you take 10,000, but the 3 million we are suffer like that.
Madness.
What?
Mounting on the Kingston Public Hospital KPH to restore its central air conditioning system, with management setting a 2-week deadline to fix the unit, serving 2 operating theaters. The Southeast Regional Health Authority, SARA, says the malfunction continues to hamper surgical services. We have the details in this report.
This is not the first time the hospital's central air conditioning system has failed. In fact, the problem has persisted for months, repeatedly disrupting critical services and hospital operations.
The system is an age system, probably over 50 years old, and we have contractors who are working on it, but it comes up with one problem or another while they're trying to repair it. Because of that system, it has impacted 2 of our OR rooms. The temperature is not at the right temperature in those spaces. So only 2 major OR rooms are working. And at this time, what the team has to do is to reschedule some of our elective cases and focus on the major and critical cases at this time while we operate to repair the unit.
KPH Chief Executive Officer Dwayne Francis says maintaining proper environmental conditions in operating theaters is critical to patient safety, infection control, and adherence to clinical standards. He says major repair work is now underway to restore the air conditioning system and return the affected operating theaters to full capacity as quickly as possible.
Because the parts of the unit are not found locally, it's not something you can get off of the shelf. Whenever the issues arrive, they have to import them. Right now it needs HEPA filters, and they have to purchase them overseas to bring them into the island because those create they close to 100% fresh air going into the operating theater. So that is something that they need along with the repairs that they're doing on the unit. So that's what we have another challenge.
The Southeast Regional Health Authority is urging patients, staff, and stakeholders to remain patient as repair efforts continue. It says transparency and timely communication will remain a priority until the work is completed and normal operations are restored.
At this time, we apologize for inconvenience that the clients are facing, and we do understand the challenge that they're having, and we are prioritizing to ensure that we get back to normal services in the shortest time frame possible. The impact we know is great because persons are awaiting surgeries, and we would want to ensure that all our clients get the necessary care that they require when they enter our doors and our facilities. The organization is looking to shorten this time period with our contractors, and we are looking to see our best over the next 2 weeks we can get back to a semblance to our normal way of operating.
Anthony Atkinson, TVJ.
Jamaica. KPH, this is a dongo state. 50-year-old operating system. And the billions spent in healthcare can't fix KPH. And you are expecting to carry 10,000 non-immigrants in the country indefinitely. So the natives and the immigrants are going to be competing for healthcare services.
Well, according to Horace Chang, you know, and the article is not indefinitely, you know. Them say a 30 day. But me I say, if it's not indefinitely, why would you even carry them here? Why never just send them straight to where them go? You know what I mean? Why? Why would you even bring them here, bro? So the point still remains, even if they're going to stay here temporarily, we still have an issue with the hospitals. What if something should happen to them while they're here and they need to get medical assistance? What are they going to do? Fly them back to the United States? So if they should die on Jamaica soil while in quote-unquote transit, how is that going to look on the country's reputation further? Everywhere you look at this, you know, it's a setup, you know. Whether they're staying here temporarily, permanently, it's like a setup. And in the previous video, sorry guys, in the previous video, Mystic Sensation said it. What about the medical status of these people? That should be a genuine concern. There's so many things. Well, let's continue.
You understand what? The natives and the non-immigrants going to be competing. Don't you see who sell out Jamaica? You know, sister, who sell out Jamaica? Jamaica, only the sister who sell out the country. Where will they live? Where?
Somebody in my comment section, I first me ask the person, Greek Jamaica, very interesting name. Them say maybe them have some intel we don't know about. Say the people that was there up park camp. You mean the same place about them over there? Where fire engulf? You mean up there so? So them say in that comment section, I don't know. Them say it's not rocket science, this is a distraction. Well, I'm not distracted. I still remember that Buju Bolging murderer was given bail of $1 million. I still remember that the party people them is fighting for their lands. I still remember what Edmund Bartlett said versus what Floyd Green said. I still remember all of that. So it's not a distraction for me. So I don't know where Greek Jamaica get in them information from, but they're confident that those 30 people are gonna be here temporarily. And you know, if they are to stay at Up Park Camp, I'll be further suspicious. Yeah, I'll be further suspicious about that. How do we know that they truly left the island? Are they going to do a press conference every time they're leaving the island? Or we can see them? The same people in the company plane? I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's continue.
live. Dre Bryan calling me this not safe. Good night, Dre Bryan.
Yeah, Andre, good night. Just for context, because you know context matters. You know, let me remind you that while the Jamaica Labour Party was in opposition and the People's National Party under Portia Simpson-Miller was ruling this country, remember when the Prime Minister for England, I think it was David Cameron at the time,
Prime Minister Cameron
came to Jamaica and made a proposal to the People's National Party that they will build a brand new prison to house Jamaican nationals who were serving time in England. And Andrew Holness ridiculed Mama P. They bring down the People's National Party, say we should be building hospitals and schools, not on talk about building a brand new prison. Andrew Holness ridiculed Mama P. So how on God's earth now Andrew Holness wants to come to the same thing and bring in 10,000 criminals to the country who are not of Jamaican national? It was one thing to bring Jamaican nationals here to finish them sentence, you know, in a brand new prison. But Andrew ridiculed Mama P for doing that, and now he want to take in 10,000 non-national. It's ridiculous, the country mash up, Andre.
10,000! 10,000, Jamaica. 10,000. 10,000 pedophiles. 10,000 rapists. 10,000 gangsters. Scammers.
No, I will say this. They claim that it's not 10,000. Again, I can't trust the government, so if it's not 10,000, what is 9,000? That don't make it better. Is it 5,000? How much years are you guys gonna do this for? That's the question. Are you gonna do it for 5 years? They told us that it was what's the terminology they use? An unspecified amount of time that they would have this 25 persons coming weekly, every 2 weeks. So we don't know. So it could end up to be 10,000, it could end up to be more. It could be more. But the point still remains what Dre Bryan just said. Like, you guys ridicule that. You know that prison that you guys didn't want to be built would make a lot of sense right now for this same thing that you want to do. The irony of ironies. Let's continue. The irony of ironies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about, man.
What is going to happen in our beloved country? I told Jamaica there was conditionalities for that too. I'm sorry, Dre not working with me. You remember I showed you those pictures, Quentin? And I said, be prepared for what is to come. And for what is to come, Jamaica. Remember I showed you as well as the puppy dog, you know. Remember I showed you well as the puppy dog when Trump and he was a little shih tzu. We need to admire the realities now faced with the country. What is that sold you out for 30 pieces of silver?
No, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said, they could send in the people without knowing their background. No. According to the newspaper article, they said the details about the individuals would be in the transfer. They also said that the individuals would not be persons that have serious crimes. My contention with that is, what is their definition of serious crime? Because maybe what I would consider a serious crime, because again, this is about our safety, you know, we the people of Jamaica. Maybe their consideration of serious crime is not the same as ours. So I would want clarification from the government, the United States and Jamaica, of what they consider serious crimes. I don't know, somebody that molested a child, is that considered serious crimes? A thief, is that considered serious crime? You know, what is the measure? We just need to know. You understand? See, Jam, it's in the newspaper article, bro. It's not who is telling me. I'm going off the newspaper article. Did you read the newspaper article? The newspaper article said that there wasn't serious crimes. These people would not have any serious crimes under their belt. All right, I read it out in the previous one. I'm gonna go back to it just for reference. Understand? Because I know what the government is. We're upset about this particular thing. We are asked questions and then they're gonna say, oh, you know, here they go spreading misinformation. We never said that this and we never said that. So I am telling you what they said, not necessarily that I believe them. All right? And I'm gonna go to the particular verse, not verse, in both verse, I must say song. The particular verse. Oh my God. It says in the article, it says that it would exclude this arrangement. Let me share the screen for those that are just coming in. Let me share my screen. So this is the article, guys. Deportee deal. Yeah, man, that's the article, right? At the fourth or fifth article. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the sixth paragraph, it says the arrangement would explicitly exclude unaccompanied minors, Jamaicans, and individuals convicted of serious criminal charges. Serious criminal charges. I am saying I don't know what their definition is of serious criminal charges. So there's a bit of ambiguity where this is concerned, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm seeking clarity. And I'm also saying they can use this against us to say you're spreading misinformation because we told you that it excludes serious criminal charges. You understand? All right? So, serious criminal charges in my mind would be rapists, persons that unalive people, right? Robbery with aggravation, persons that would beat their wives, you know, physical assault, right? Stuff like that. You keep asking about the name of the person. Kimon Francis, senior staff reporter, June 16, 2026. Kimon Francis is the one that came out with this article on the Gleaner. All right? So, just to be clear, let's continue, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the price for a partnership. And Mark Golding said to honest today, come clean to the Jamaican people. Supposedly they never leak the agreement that that is signed. You and I would just see non-immigrants just arriving in the country and questioning it, you know. Ed boy calling. Yes, Ed boy, good night.
Good night, Professor. When the center cannot hold, we have mere anarchy. Yeah? And I'll say that to Kamina Johnson and Andrew Holness, who just recently was at the CARICOM summit.
Yes.
I can say without any water in my mouth that I was privy to a meeting they had with the Secretary of the State, Marco Rubio. Yes? In that meeting, I'm asking the question, was this third-party deportee matter brought up to them? Because they're pretending as if it's the first, they're having discussions around it, which is not true.
Emotional, damn it!
Antigua received, St. Kitts and Nevis received 4 third-party deported nationals, including 2 Jamaican nationals, one from Belize and one from another Caribbean country. Yes? Let me say this with no water in my mouth. For every deported that they receive, they're given per head. You hear what I said?
How much they receive per head for the deportees?
It is marked against your per capita income. So what would be your normal cost of living? So if it is that in the case of Jamaica, Jamaica's per capita is around 7,000 or 8,000 US per year. In the case of like St. Kitts or Antigua, their per capita is around 10 to 14,000 US. Yeah. So Horace Chan and Kamina Johnson Smith and thief in line Andrew Wallace need to tell the people that they're collecting money from this arrangement.
How much? So them collecting money and the people there and health services and all of these things are not poor state, but them are collect per head.
Per head. That is the arrangement. In fact, the United States has committed. So don't let them tell you about they're transiting. They're not transiting because the reason why these persons have agreed to come is in fact that they say these are countries that they could stay.
What you say?
They're not intending to go anywhere. They have two options. They can stay or go. And in most instances, the deportees are going to take the option to stay.
Mighty God.
No. Again, I'm seeking clarity. The Jamaican Labour Party needs to come to a press conference and flat out deny what this man just said. With documentation. So my question is there an option for the deportees to stay in Jamaica? That is the question. Is there an option for them to stay? Because if there is an option for them to stay, and if there's an option for the Jamaican government to have them stay, then we have a problem. We have a serious problem. We have a problem. We have a problem.
Have agreed to come is in fact that they say these are countries that they could stay.
What you say?
They're not intending to go anywhere. They have two options. They can stay or go. And in most instances, the deportees are going to take the option to stay.
Mighty God.
We have dealt with this issue, so nobody could tell me anything about this because we have dealt with it. And I don't really want to talk too much details on it because of sensitivities and the sensitive information that I have with it. But the reality of it is, Professor, they are benefiting from this deal. I will repeat it again. The 2.5 that they got was an indication. Take these 100, but we will pay you per head. In addition, I can tell what is happening now. Each of the 4 deportees, their housing is being paid by the United States Department.
Interesting.
Wow.
So this arrangement did not come. So the Gleaner leaking an article to say that they got information from the embassy that somebody from the government was in discussion. I wanted to try the Gleaner and say they need to do more research. The agreement was made at the CARICOM conference when Andrew Holness and Kamina Johnson-Smith met with Marco Rubio. They were the 3 or 4 countries who were privileged to meet with him. That was the arrangement. So when they come bullshit us, we must ask them, what are you getting from this deal? I think nobody going to take up 10,000 people unless they can be certain as to how they're going to feed them and take care of them. But one of the things that Jamaicans must be worried about, and you're correct, we, in our case, we refused the Asian immigrants, and some people are making noise in the Caribbean, but most of the Asian immigrants were accused of gun and drug running. In this instance for Jamaica, most of the persons who are being deported are charged for sexual offenses.
What?
Did you hear what I said? And I want...
What can go so?
I have the MOU.
Yes,
Jamaica, we in a trouble. We in a trouble. Jamaica already have a problem with sexual offenders. Why? When I tell all the women them in Jamaica say for run and carry them pitney with them. And I'm coming right with them. Because when they know some of them sexual offender, all the boys them have got left to Lord have mercy. Ardeen, what's up? This is serious? What head boy I said to it? Mighty God.
Some of them are sex offenders.
Most are sex offenders, and Trump is doing this because the election is coming in November, and he has to say to his base, I have deported these people as an election promise. So don't let them come and bamboozle us. And some are also charged for serious drug offenses and criminal offenses, which include shooting.
No, sir.
This is why this small islands were able to negotiate their way out. They made it clear in the instance of Dominica, which is run by Comrade Skerritt. Skerritt made it clear, I am not doing it. You know what happened to Skerritt? Within 2 days of his refusal, no Dominican citizen, whether you got your citizenship by marriage or by birth or by citizenship by investment, can go to the United States for a new visa. All the visas were cancelled. So it is this fear that Rubio put in Andrew. And I want to tell people, remember now, Darrell Vaz don't want to lose his visa again. Andrew and his children don't want to lose them visa. So most of them who have their money hiding in the US want to have access to the US. The Antigua and St. Kitts took a strong position which says, well, we will work with you, but we must review every person you are sending. In the case of Jamaica, they don't have the wherewithal to do so. Because you're talking about 10,000 persons. They told Antigua 100. Antigua said no problem. Then they told them 300. Just the other day, they told them 1,000. Ballpark will change. The figure will change. Don't be surprised if you hear that this 10,000 go to 30,000.
Mighty God. What is going on? This is a serious indictment on the Jamaican.
What I say?
It is.
Head boy come like you want to mash up people in the morning, man. What head boy said to me? The man move the goalpost on the figure. So when I was guarded in my reading of the article, saying, okay, there was too much ambiguity. And some of the things that was said, I just didn't believe it. But I have to emphasize that it was said. I guess I was, my goodness. This is wow. No man, God have to go shake up Jamaica, man. This for safe.
And I'm asking every single Jamaican citizen to go to the airport. We will give the flight information because we'll know when the flight is landing. And we will say, because any unidentified flight is a US Marshal flight. And we will give the information so the people must go and occupy Norman Manley and Donald Sangster and indicate that they're not allowing these people to come into the country. It is not xenophobia. But why are they coming? They're coming because they believe. In most instances, you were correct. These are people from El Salvador. By the way, El Salvador cut the agreement with the United States. The president of El Salvador cut it. So he's now looking somewhere else to dump it. Belize said not here. Dominica says not here. Barbados said not here. And St. Lucia said not here. And so did Dominica. So where else could you go but to Jamaica? And what they're looking at is the size. So a lot of these housing developments, you see this land where they want to take away under Crown land? So they're going to give some of these people land to live on. And I'm saying to Horace John, come and correct. Why do you think them coming to Jamaica? Why they not send them to them first country? Because they have chosen not to go to their country of birth. Chosen them said, yeah. So
no, Edward does say something a while ago with chip my brain. Them a come do what? Give some of them people a land. So when I was asking the question if the container home them and the container community where Andrew say Mago build, if them people, and I was joking, you know. Jamaica, this is quite wow. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm gonna further with that. May I try to keep the reaction them on a certain time span. Please go ahead and you definitely need to go and watch Andre's show. Yeah, the entire show. You need to definitely go and watch the entire show. Alright, make sure you guys go and subscribe to PDTV. Subscribe to all of my platforms, of course. Thank you kindly. Man. Wow. Wow. Crazy, bro. Crazy. All right. So, I think I need to remind people, you know, man, of some things, you know, because, you know, a lot of things we take as 9-day wonder, but we shouldn't. We really shouldn't. Let me see. Let me see. Too much fun left on me. Turn off that. Many if you have fans so close to me. Wow. I'm actually shocked right now, ladies and gentlemen. I am at a loss for words. This is worse than I could ever imagine. This is actually worse than I could ever imagine. This is what these dudes are up to, bro. And then come out. So when them say the 10,000 figure was false, do they mean that it's more or less? That's the question we need to ask now. We say 2 words: petroleum jelly. Nah, man, CIA can come to Jamaica anytime. They don't really need no. They just come in. You don't know it's them. They here, they chilling, having some margaritas at the bar, you know. All type of thing. You know, they don't need a reason, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that right now. Just please believe me. They don't need a reason. Okay, so there's a video that I wanted to share in regards to healthcare. Do you guys see how the healthcare system is going through it? Do you guys see that? Do you guys notice that? Like, people are getting visibly frustrated about the healthcare system to the point where people are lashing out. Let me go to CVM TV. PAC seeks tougher penalties after CEO is a no-show. I definitely have to cover that. Definitely have to cover that. And this. Yeah, them two video there. Alright. Let's get it. Alright, so let me just do it like that. Right. So we can search for other thing while me I do this. Yes. So we are get it done, ladies and gentlemen. So we are get it done. Where they? Yeah, see her there? I see him there. Yes. All right, so my people, blessed good day wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon. You might be in Asia, I don't know. Shout out to each and every one of y'all, man. Listen, our healthcare system here in Jamaica has been going through it, but there's a particular health facility that has been going through it even more, and I'm talking about loads of scandals. That is the UHWI. The PAC has been active. That is the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament has been fully active. Calligrapher, big up. The Public Accounts Committee has been active. I guess the only head in that particular facility is Mr. Fitzroy Mitchell, that has not come in front of the board, the committee. Several I don't know if it's invitations or whatever you want to call it. Several invitations have been given for him to come and answer some questions. He went on vacation after the scandal had come out with the Auditor General's report. We have not seen him at the PAC meeting. There was other times when I heard he was supposed to come, but he did not. Today, it was expected for him to come, and we didn't see him, ladies and gentlemen. And all of this is happening when, I'm sure many of you have seen it. KPH with the surgery, the AC not working, a 250-year-old building. You would think that after 220 years, somebody would say, hey, I guess we should actually start thinking about building a new building here, like tear this one down. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show you two things: what was said in the PAC meeting and a visibly upset woman that had a terrible experience at the hospitals, right? Listen to this.
Invited 3. To understand why tensions boiled over earlier today, we have to go back to April. That's when Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, PAC, invited 3 senior figures from the University Hospital of the West Indies to appear before the committee as it reviewed the Auditor General's report, which flagged a series of procurement and managerial breaches at the institution. Those called were CEO Fitzgerald Mitchell, his immediate predecessor Kevin Allen, and former board chairman Wayne Chai-Chung. Allen and Chai-Chung have since appeared before the committee. Mitchell, however, has been a no-show. After failing to attend when first invited a few months ago, the PAC escalated the matter, issuing a formal summons for the CEO to appear today. And again, no CEO. The PAC members are especially taking issue with what they say is the CEO's failure to provide, whether in writing or through his attorney, an explanation for his absence.
This behavior of the CEO is outrageous and unacceptable. It is contemptuous of Parliament's role in giving oversight to the executive, and it cannot be allowed to stand. Or we're just wasting our time coming here to attend PAC and other standing committee meetings. This is absolutely vulgar. This person feels they can operate with impunity, clearly protected by the administration if they do nothing.
Because of his failure to appear before the PAC, Mr. Mitchell has been found to have committed an offense under the Senate and House of Representatives and Privilege Act and is now in contempt of Parliament. Notably, sections 18A and 18B of the Act state that, quote, any person who disobeys any order made by either the House or a committee or a joint committee for attendance or for production of papers, books, documents, or records, unless such attendance or production be excused as herein after provided, or refuses to be examined before or to answer any lawful and relevant question put by either the House or a committee or a joint committee, unless such refusal be excused as herein before provided, shall be guilty of an offense and be liable to a fine of $200 Jamaican. The PAC members advanced that this penalty is not enough and the legislation, which they say is outdated, needs to be reviewed.
Invitation issue didn't come.
Give me some milk.
No.
What can go so?
$200 Jamaican, bro. That means we're not gonna get nowhere then. $200 Jamaican. That's why the man a chill out, brother. Man a chill out. I'm like, man, listen, man. I got $200 Jamaican, fam. I ain't coming to no meeting, son. Wow. That's crazy.
Don't come. Like on nothing. Like we just sit down here.
That this penalty is not enough and the legislation, which they say is outdated, needs to be reviewed.
Invitation issued, didn't come. Summons issued, don't come. Like on nothing. Like we just sit down here as people who have nothing to do. And we don't have a responsibility to ensure that there's good governance and accountability. It's wrong, and I reiterate what my colleagues have said, that a signal must be sent. Because it means that the next time we have a PAC and some public official don't feel like him want to come answer, he may say, all right, we just pay the $200 and go on, and everything good. Can't work, son. So that is something that we have to push for an urgent update of that particular provision, because it can't be that a committee designed to ensure accountability, transparency, and good governance will have its work subverted simply because a public officer refuses to appear before it.
Meanwhile, one committee member is calling for the CEO to step down or be removed from office.
A public servant who is so contemptuous, I dare suggest should do the honorable thing and resign immediately from that post, or should be removed from that post by the authorities that have been duly constituted to do so. Anything short of that is a slap in the face
Now, Mr. Mitchell, who has been with UWI for more than 27 years, was appointed as CEO in 2024 following 2 years in an acting capacity. Amoy Harriet, CV News.
So, the Manchester boys, them at it again. Clear contempt of parliament and clear contempt of accountability. Managing, having our tax dollars flowing through the UHWI. The level of disrespect. But then, when your alleged friend is the minister of Pat W, what's up? Good night. Blessings to you. When the alleged friend and when your alleged schoolmate is in high places, you probably think you can get away. Listen, man, we run things, and you're not going to know PAC meeting, okay? And me says so, and it's done. Okay? This is gonna blow off. It's gonna become a 9-day wonder. Well, I guess not.
Literally, as a government worker with a very important job. Literally, as a government worker with a very important job. Literally, have your life in a hand, right? You see the day when we fall out of love with my profession, the day when I no longer desire to be a public servant, the day when we wake up and don't want to do the duties where the government pay me for do, irrespective of how me feel, say, they pay for more. You see the day when me feel about the work and the day when me are lefty. Because I'm rather lefty than to stay at this and oppress people. They can't do that to my people them. I tell you, say, me behave a while ago, me cry shame on myself. And
message.
I'm angry because I can't believe me allow somebody to get me to that point where I would have laid out like that. And I apologize to the decent people in Panny Ward who just come to look for their family member. I apologize to the nurses that were helpful. We try to give me little information. But I tell you, you see, if you don't like a bumbuckler job, you feel leave. You feel leave because you can't deal with people, family members, certain way where they feel say everything sweet. You can't do that. You can't do it. You have to be careful, brother. And this is not about threatening people when we say you have to be careful. And you can't do that to become you need to know who is people. You see, when you say patient pan ward, brother, you don't know who are them family member, you don't know who them family member know, you just don't know. So me feel like if you don't have an ounce of compassion in you, you don't have no love for the job what you're supposed to do. You feel like people coming here to inquire about your sick fucking family member is a burden or annoyance to you, leave the job. A whole heap of nurse and doctor graduate and can't get a work. Let me make them get it. Because you not play some dangerous game with people, you know. You not play some dangerous game with the patient, there, brother. I tell you, say, you not. So long story short, my uncle the Panny Ward, he have kidney disease. Anybody know about kidney disease when it comes to a certain stage? Dialysis. This is the 6th or 5th that they want to put in. Right? Because every time they put it in, it broke out her neck. Carrying that one next facility, they say the reason why it broke out her neck is because of the wrong size. And all these educated people down there never see the wrong sitting out jamming in my neck all the time. 6 bumper class surgery to put in one catheter. And we have to pay for that catheter $30,000 every trip. We don't do the maths. Right? But I'm not even that on my quarrel. It is what it is, we have to do what we have to do. So I go down there this evening, my granny called me and asked me if I go down there. Because I not even know that the man, they're back in the hospital. When there, the man a gas for ear. I gas, so you see me. So I say, what do you mean? When me look at food, so it look like somebody did that feed him. And just left the food in my mouth. He can't try or nothing, so the food stuck back as I throw the man. So I go alert the doctor and say, excuse me, if we can get somebody to take to him because him over there, so he look like he might have difficulty to breathe. And you know, just give him a look here. Rightfully the man come. Me not go say no come. The doctor came and he said, alright, he might go alert one nurse, whatever. He left go somewhere else. Which you understand, you have one ward full of patients and a handful of doctor. Fine. Whenever I go them place here, government run place, I always try to exercise more patience. Because I'm in the system, I know where the system lack, you lack resources, you overwork, you underpay, you get all of that, but it gets to a point So I would have been there and I go bother him again because at this point I feel like I bother you. Because if you see say one patient over there in a distress and I notify you, I feel like that should have been a priority. But it was not. Anyway, somebody come, help him get rid of the food out time, but whatever. Did I still have difficulty agreed. One night I see the man just start shake, so whatever. Mind you, the man swell up, puff up. Can clearly feel the fluid, the back up. He's hard to touch. No sheet not up on the bed, me don't know what they do with my granny sheet. No sheet not up on the bed, him basically naked, one piece of shirt throw over him. I tell you, see when you're poor, poverty. Anyway, me see the light them man do bed by bed or whatever. The nurse, when we went to her, she would have said the information that me want are the consultant basically have to tell me. So I did see the consultant with about 2 other doctors and nurse around her. So my sister them go bed to bed, so I say, alright, I'm just Billy and wait. By the time I see she come near my uncle bed, she turn around and gone up there. So same time the nurse come to me and say, you talk to her already? I say, no, I did not wait for her. She said, no, you have to go talk to her. So I walk go towards her and now the nurse has stopped her. Like she said, she not leaving, so when she come back, I say, alright, we turn up there, wait. She start dealing with one inmate to chain up on one bed. Not doing basically. Well, something being kind in the hospital, but he up talking responsive, everything. But uncle down there in a distress. Me say, me still away till she don't deal with him. So when I say she move off no more than that, indicate to her, excuse me, nurse, whatever. You're the blood clot woman. Everybody wants you to stop to talk to them. I can't stop to talk to anybody now. Me say, yes, everybody wants to stop to talk to you because you're the person with the information. Me say, what you mean by everybody want to talk to you? So Francis says, so now we come like me and plug out because everything went dark after that. Everything went dark and I tell her, say, me turn up. I fucking lost it. Because that one statement that what she said, after I would have been patient, I watch her go bed to bed. Because as I say, me understand the system. Me in the system. Me know how the system work. Me know say the powers that be expect us to work optimally. We need to know resources. Expect us to work shift to shift, back to back. And then 1 month in come, you still can get your pay in time and full. Me know all of them stuff you can be in the system. Me tell you, so when me hear the woman say, everybody want you stop to talk to. The woman say, me can't talk to you. Me say, well, directly to somebody who me can't talk to. Because the man over there, so in the distress can't breathe. Me go to the nurse send me to you. Me say, who am I supposed to talk to? Since you don't want to talk to me, because clearly, a pussy me I look for suck from you. Dr. Girl.
Embarrassing.
We need some milk.
I'm dead. Emotional damage.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
Fully done.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. Woo!
Hey, who man is this? Oh, man, is this?
Damn. This is a nurse? She's a nurse. Hey, man. I don't want to go to no hospitals in Jamaica, bro. I'm straight, bro. I'm good. Imagine if she lost it at work. I'm straight, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm all right, bro. I'm good. I'm sorry. Hell no. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Take his microphone.
No.
Just a minute.
No.
Just a minute.
No.
Take his microphone.
No.
Usher him out.
No.
Usher him out. Usher him out.
No, but in all seriousness, though, ladies and gentlemen, this is an impossible situation, you know, because the man is choking, right? It's an impossible situation. They should attend to the man. That's an emergency. He's choking, for crying out loud. I think that should take priority. Yes? So, you know, she, as a nurse, understanding the system, but as she's now, she understands both worlds. She has a family member that is in need of care, and she's experiencing nurses you know, her colleagues deal with the situation in the most unprofessional way, and also, I mean, literally, the man could die. Hopefully he didn't. I mean, goodness gracious. This is the first time I'm actually listening to the full story. I listened like a minute of it. You know, hot off, I appreciate it on Facebook, and I shared it on my page. But I just like, wow, that part really, whoo, Lord of mercy. Oh, let's continue. Yeah.
You not deal with people, so brother. So anyway, I step well left, she am go over the back. Everybody would have the ward stand still. Nurse I look, everybody I look, patient I look, visitors I look. So I go over the back, I'm saying, no, I'm going to come see. And at the same time, my friend take over and whatever. So the same doctor man when we did signal to, you know, the first, it's like him go over the kind hear the uproar. So you know, he come to school me now because who the fuck me be? If you talk to him superior, so he come with him macho man. And him what the problem, what the problem. So I say, you know what the problem? You would have heard what's the problem. I would have said to you what was the problem. So at this point now, because from Mrs. said they're not paying no mind, Mrs. said the man, my uncle look like him in the body last. To the condition where, you know, me have that in the back of my mind. So I say at this point, I just want to know how do I go about getting a voluntary discharge from the hospital. So at least I can carry him home. Make sure he's comfortable and he's surrounded by in people in a dead and no hospital like no invalid, you know, by himself and comfortable. That is where we are at. Because we not get no care. As a doctor, you could have one less patient that you deal with. Don't you? All your ask and the information for that income now. Him can't give me no info. Oh no, come. So who are you? Me tell him my name. Me and an extra kid, so basically he can't give me no information. Me say me no want no information about him. I am asking you, what is the procedure for voluntary discharge, money? And same time my friend start talking and sitting. The man I was say, lower your voice and lower your this and that. So my friend cheap out now, come here say, brother, you make this difficult for no reason. We just want to know how we can take the man, carry him home, make him dead in a fucking piece. Brother, time all down, I first me talk so long on TikTok.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out. From Portland, take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, things have gone to a rotten stage in this country. When a nurse have a curse while off duty about how the nurse and the doctor them are dealing with the patient them. You know what I'm saying? Everything fully gone. 100%. The country is on life support at this point. This Jamaica is on life support. The building, the 250-year-old building, they're on life support. They're supposed to be a hospital. The entire system is on life support. Corruption has drained it. It has deteriorated the fabric of any substance of good where the system is concerned. We're in trouble. We're in serious trouble, man. Hey, man, listen. Let me know what y'all think, man. From CEO refusing to go in front of the PAC, right? After several attempts. Did you see how they responded? I mean, Peter Bunting was incensed. The man was very angry, ladies and gentlemen, and rightfully so. And then when they hear Mr. Lawton Cousins say, well, this man needs to be fired. Immediately need to resign or be fired. He's out of order. I've been saying that. Go ahead, C-Jam. I've been saying that. Well, let me know what you guys think, man. The nurse, man, boy, she was pissed. I can't wrong her. That is a terrible situation, man. Lord, I can't imagine if that was my mom or my father or my, my family members, and I was at the hospital and nobody. I would be, boy. They wouldn't want me to be, boy. Let me tell you something, man. Woo! Let me stop, boy. Father God, please don't put me in those situations. So, you know me, God. You know me. Please don't. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Lord have mercy. I can't do it. I cannot do it, ladies and gentlemen. No. My loved ones, man. What? I will see Jamson now. When you say see Jam, yeah, but you sent Amanda to prison for picking Aki, but yet you charge him 200 for not appearing. Yeah, the Jamaican laws, a lot of the Jamaican laws need to be amended. George, what go on? Hey guys, remember the super chat is available. Remember the Zelle is available, the Cash App, all that good stuff. Bless up. I just had to remind you guys of that. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So, wait a minute. I gotta stay on point, yes. This particular one right here. Something else I gotta share with you, my people. Oh wow, I got a lot of work to do when I'm done. Let me just drop this in there. Booyah. Drop this in there too. Oh yeah, I got it right. I thought I had it wrong, but I got it right. You got it right. All right, let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys. So what I'm about to share is super important. I want you guys to listen attentively, and also I want you to like and share the video with as much persons as possible. I want you to be very intentional about sharing this information, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is serious. Very, very serious. All right, let's get into it.
Is a tussle, a fierce tussle taking place right now in the kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of light ultimately take over this nation of Jamaica. And Jezebel is at the forefront. Jezebel is one of Satan's prized assets. Among his arsenal
oh my God. I messed up, yo. Oh my God, I messed up. Accidents do happen.
Bluetooth.
aware about because of the capabilities of this particular spirit and how it operates. Obviously, it has nothing to do with the power of God, because the extent to which any spirit would gain access to the body of Christ is the extent to which we human beings allow that. By, of course, being out of alignment, by not yielding to the voice of God and being pliable in his hands, etc., etc. So it has nothing to do with the power of God, because there is no power in heaven or on earth that can equal the power of Almighty God in and through Christ. So let us get that clear. So as we look at this passage before us, recognizing that Jamaica is under siege, Jamaica has lost their moral compass, and in order for that to take place, it means that the different principalities and powers have to dominate the 7 pillars, even if they don't take them over fully, but at least they are in the ascendancy. That is how a nation would lose her moral compass, as Jamaica has lost her moral compass. So there are many similarities, and I pray, God, that as we're looking at this passage of scripture, we will learn from the experience and apply the lessons so that Jezebel and her minions or underlings do not make any further advance in this nation. But before we get into the thick of things, and of course at a point I will also give a few more characteristics of this spirit. Among the elite weapons of Satan that he always reserved take on major assignments, and in many instances that spirit along with her minions have been successful. But who was Elijah, one might ask? Well, his name tells this story. Elijah. And it's very interesting when you look at it. Elijah, because it's El-Yah. El-Yah, that's the Hebrew. And one might ask, well, how significant is that? Well, it is very interesting how God operates. Because the major God that was set up in Israel to counter the true and living God was the god Baal, called in English Baal. And you might wonder, for example, why is it we are against carnival, for example, and the dancehall culture as it is today? It is because it elevates Baal or Baal. It elevates and lifts up and promotes and glorifies Baal. And Baal is the chief god of all the other gods. Baal, in fact, if you were to look at the root from which it comes, it means Lord, Master, and Owner. What does that mean? It is mimicking Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. Remember now, Satan has nothing original about it. What he does is that he mimics, he patterns, is a servant of God. Give him that deity a similar name with a similar meaning. Giving the impression that whatever you can do,
whoa, what's going on?
I can do it too, sort of thing. And there are many
what is actually happening right now? Computer look like it I like this, you know. I don't know what's going on. Give me a second, y'all.
Give him that deity a similar name with a similar meaning, giving the impression that whatever you can do, I can do it too, sort of thing. And there are many who are deceived by it. So Baal is raised up by Satan as an alternative to Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, because
oh my God, bro, the devil is a liar. Hey, devil strong, man. Really? Really? Alright, me know what I'm gonna do. No matter. They don't want that message to go out. Alright, cool, no problem. It's gonna go out either way. You can't stop this. It's gonna go out either way. You can't stop this. You understand? It's crazy. All of a sudden now I beer what do you call it? All of a sudden I appear problem. All of a sudden. Alright, no problem. Wonderful. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother BOLO V&R, and this one is a very important one, alright? So I'll have to do some pre-editing, but I just want you guys to listen to this lesson in regards to the spirit of Jezebel and what's actually happening in Jamaica on a spiritual level. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen. I just tried to record it a while ago and I had so much issues, but this particular teaching is that important, so I'm asking you guys to like and share this video with everybody. It's that important. Alright, it's obvious that the devil does not want this one to go out. My computer has been, down for some days. This is a video that I wanted to put out a good while now, about the last 72 hours, and I've been halted by issues with my computer, right? So I'm just telling you that to emphasize how important it is for you to actually share this one. Alright, my good people? Yeah. Hit the like button, don't keep it to yourself. Okay? That's right. Good. Alright, so again, we're at the end of the video. Again, I want to emphasize, hit the like button, share the live. Spiritual warfare is real, guys. Okay, do the right thing. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. And subscribe to all my platforms, heard? Donate, all that good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, man. You know what I'm gonna do, man. Can't stop this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. I'm more work for me, but it's worth it. That video has to go out. It's too important. It's too important. Too important. You understand? Jaja. Pregnancy rate drop. And Jonas and JLP started to importation of people. Yo, my goodness. Yo, I like that one. And it sounds funny, but you just don't know what these people thinking, bro. You just don't know for real. You know what I mean? I want to go to this now. I know how to get that one out the way. Yeah, I want to go to this. It's very important that I go to this. Deep Thinker. Deeper TV. Yeah, there we go. Deeper Jamaica TV. Right. Is that there ago? Let's see if I hit this. Make sure we find it first.
Why the Minister of Climate Change a come out and a vilify the youth them where make a little money? Why Minister Samuda come out? This feel like an attack on poor people. This feels that we are built Lego house. Well, that is so interesting. So watch this now, Jamaica. When them said that, something new came to the fore People might know, but them never did I put it together. Look at this, Jamaica. Think about what the tourism minister just said, and think about what the CEO of JPS said. Listen to this now. Listen to this.
Treasure Beach in St. Elizabeth is rapidly...
Yeah, this is definitely it. What's your name? Khalifa Money. Yeah, this is definitely it. So, Khalifa Money. Let me find our video. Now do some recon work, guys. When I came on, I literally just came home. I was trying to get my computer sorted out before so I could have all of this stuff arranged for tonight's show, but unfortunately, that was not the case. I need to do a comprehensive, breakdown of the party situation. Real talk. I think this
Treasure Beach in St.
Yeah, this is it. This is one of them. This is definitely one of them. I want that by itself. Also, this video, this clip right here, definitely. Yes, I need that. So these two gonna go together. Yes. Yes. Wonderful. The other clip now come from Andrew Wellness. Andrew Wellness. TikTok. Other clip come from Andrew TikTok. And also Fly Green. Fly Green. Okay, see, you have some serious question of your asking. No, that's not the video. The one when go down a party. Wait there. Was it Andrew Wallace or no? At the government of Jamaica. That's what? Or Andrew Wallace paid with the pan. Hold on. Really? I don't know. No. Should be a while back. Should be a little bit while back when they visit party. Damn. Outside. Let me send it to myself. Man, can't so far, man. Can't so far. Party. Him tell the people him say him visit the people in a party. Andrew Wellness party. Andrew Wellness party. And next thing that I need to fix. Oh yeah, I definitely need this. Oh my God. Sir, you are necessary in this fight. Yeah, you definitely, you a warrior in this, my brother. You are a warrior in this fight. You definitely gotta get a highlight. Ah, found it. Found it. Found it. There we go. There we go. Next video I need to find is Floyd Green. TikTok. Floyd Green. Floyd Green. Because we want to forget everybody on record. Yeah, nice.
That will continue
needs of the citizens. I will work tremendously to serve. There is a government in place that will continue to look out for the needs of the citizens. I will work tremendously to, in parity, there is no move to try and force people to leave. All right, flight. All right, Mr. Flightbridge, sir. We hear you. We hear you, Mr. Flightbridge. We hear you. We hear you. Do we believe you? No. But we hear you. We hear you. But we don't believe you. Yes. Amazing. That's perfect. That's the lineup I want right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I haven't done a video officially on parity, so here we are. I'm gonna go through the beginning, the middle, and not the end, but where we are at present, because we don't know where it's gonna go after. Still, there's moves that have to be made. Yes? So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, share, and subscribe. All right. So this is my official video on parity. And this clip is from Deeper Jamaica TV. Shout out to Ishmael. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, for context of how this all started with parity, right?
Area that was badly damaged, which I toured, which is quite clear that the cost of reconstruction there would be quite higher than the houses that you're trying to save.
The government has made it clear that the area will not be rebuilt as is. Instead, residents will be relocated in a phased process aimed at protecting both lives and livelihoods.
We have already indicated to the people of Parity that that area has to be relocated.
Michelle, what's up?
We will do it in such a way.
Oh, Michael. Sorry, Michael, what on?
Their livelihood will be preserved. The value of their asset will be preserved. But most importantly, their dignity will be preserved.
A new Black River will emerge. A Black River built a little way now from the coastline, further inland, and the coastline will become the new touristic area of St. Elizabeth.
Wow.
So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision Black River. That's where we're going. All of that is.
Wow.
So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision Black River. That's where we're going. All of from Paraty and Black. So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision Black River. That's where we're going. All of from Paraty all the way back to Crawford, if you know that area. And then Treasure Beach with its development. But in building out the township, we are going to also be building a new airport in Clarendon.
What?
Yes. You know there, you know Ali, you know Vernon Field. Well, it's Vernon Field. Brand new airport that will be able to be the largest airport, definitely in arguably the Caribbean, because if you recall, it was a base. And so that runway is still there in all its form, just for a little tweaking to be done.
Which is quite clear, their dignity will be preserved.
A new Black River will emerge. A Black River built a little way now from the coastline, further inland, and the coastline will become the new touristic area of St. Elizabeth.
Wow.
So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision Black River. That's where we're going. All of from Parati all the way back to Crawford, if you know that area.
So according to Mr. Edmund Bartlett, Vision Black River is gonna turn into South Beach. South Beach in Florida is 2.5 miles, ladies and gentlemen. Just for full context. I don't know the map, I don't know the distance between Parity and Crawford, but those are the two areas that he mentioned that would become the South Beach. Please remember that. Andrew wanna say, people in danger, you know, the area is not livable, so you know we have to move them. That's what they said. All right, let's continue. Look at this. And big up Ishmael. Ishmael is the reason why I found this video. Look at this promotion right here.
Elizabeth is rapidly developing into one of the hottest locations for investment properties. Today, we're touring Treasure Bay Estates.
This development is the first of its kind in St. Elizabeth and also on the south coast.
What do you say to investors or potential investors who may be afraid to build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes?
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure Beach is back.
This is a great investment.
Treasure Beach.
This is a great investment.
Treasure Beach is.
This is a great investment.
Treasure.
Hurricanes.
I think this is
build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes.
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure.
To build or buy here because of the threat of be afraid to build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes.
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure Beach.
Be afraid to build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes.
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure Beach.
This is a great investment.
Treasure Beach.
This is a great investment.
So ladies and gentlemen, the danger of Black River, the danger of Parity, according to Andrew, not livable. These people are advertising Treasure Bay, Treasure whatever, Treasure Beach property, you know, all of that good stuff. You heard Edmund Bartlett talk about Treasure Beach. I think I need to play that clip as well. I will. But this is a great investment. What do you say to people that say that, you know, it's hurricane prone and it's dangerous? No, I think this is a great investment. Let's play that again.
What do you say to investors or potential investors who may be afraid to build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes?
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure Beach.
What do you say to investors or potential investors who may be afraid to build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes?
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure Beach is back.
Treasure Beach is back. Wow. Let's go to the other clip, ladies and gentlemen, that I promised that I would play for full context. Thank God Ishmael have both of them. Yes, this is the one. No, that's not the one. This is the one.
So did you know that things are going on? Well, let us remind ourselves of what the Minister of Tourism said. Immediately after that, this is
Line adventure.
Tourism said at Treasure Beach. Listen ahead.
Line adventure. Because I know that it is a matter of local interest. And whilst I cannot give you all the details on that today, I certainly have been inspired by my conversation with Jason this morning and the potential for it, and is to give me some data, which he has. And I'll definitely move that forward, and Minister Green and myself will help to channel that, because aviation is at the heart of tourism, as you know. They don't swim to Jamaica, right? And 97% of the transport of the world is by air.
So aviation is critical. So back to the point now of how NARA is going to insert itself into the new tourism that we're talking about. Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
Ladies and gentlemen, he mentioned Jason. That's Jason Henzel, the CEO of NARA's brother. Well, the CEO's wife. The CEO of NARA's wife's brother. So Anthony Anderson's wife, Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Henzel Anderson. Her brother is Jason Henzel. Their family own Treasure Beach. And NARA is going to be inserted into whatever development is happening there. Apparently, parity is very important to whatever development they have planned. These are the words coming out of their mouth, ladies and gentlemen. We have them on tape. All right? We have them on tape saying this. All right, so let's get back to this video. What did they say?
There are potential investors who may be afraid.
On the South Coast.
What do you say to investors or potential investors who may be afraid to build or buy here because of the threat of hurricanes?
I think this is a great investment.
Treasure Beach is back.
Is Treasure Bay Estates.
What can go so?
And we're not leaving here, so this is our home. Where we are them carry things and them no left nothing for party people them. They gonna all go out and they run up and down. No, we there, so we give thanks to God, because we are doing what we have to do. We don't get nothing from them. We're glad for some local food where some people send come give it. And we're not leaving here, so this is our home. Where we ever go? We no one put it. We're there already and we enjoy ourselves. Each one help one another, because we help one another. We don't get no help. Right, Coco? Yes, right. So we give God thanks for that. Yeah. Nobody knows see we are God saved. Nobody have no right over we have no right. So if anybody have anything to say, they come to we make we say. Yeah. Because we help we want to get food to eat and drink and put up a place and live forever and give God thanks. We are in this system for the whole of us. So if we don't see 900 people come on, we speak for everybody because we are here for everybody. We don't have no help from nobody. We get help from who is around here. You understand me? We live off
Did Andrew Holness talk to you guys? Did Andrew Holness come have a meeting?
Prime Minister have the right to say what he wants to say for around the world. But you have a right to talk what we want to talk. We are here, living fine, needed help. Food and water and ability and strength to build up our place, to give God thanks. Because we did it.
So near the Rasta. We'll make we hear from most of the people in our party. Alright?
Not moving. That declaration this evening from residents of party is into that declaration this evening from residents of party. We are not moving. That declaration this evening from residents of party in St. Elizabeth over an announcement from the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, that they will be relocated. Now, the coastal community was devastated by Hurricane Melissa, and residents have been struggling to rebuild. Krista Campbell has details.
Devastated seaside community in St. Elizabeth and a government plan to relocate those unable to rebuild. But not even heavy rains could stop the people of Parity from sending this message on Tuesday.
The Prime Minister have the right to say what he must say, but you know, I'm not right because I'm going to ask you what we want. No, we live here. Where we ever go?
I come here, I'm in a left for business around. They are part of business community. I have tourists come here. They must be going to use because I know where we go.
I am not leaving.
I'm dead. Emotional damage.
I come here, I'm in a left for business around. They are part of business community. I have tourists come here. They must be going room for me because I know where we go.
I am not leaving, and the whole community is standing up there and not leaving. A boat tossed by the sea onto what's left of a backyard pool gives only a glimpse of the extensive damage Hurricane Melissa left behind here in Parity. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has not said exactly where the residents will be relocated to, but the name of one community has already come up.
But we don't got my room.
Meet the fisherman. Meet the torture. Me can't go here. Me have time, yes, sir. But if me broke right now, I should get area for me not going to flicking ball right now. For me, people should come to get area never turn them back.
There is no plot of land which have been used for farming within this area, right? Most of the residents they benefit from the sea.
Ready to area of this and there's no tonal meeting. And you just hear that you have to relocate it.
Blocks, steel, sand, and other construction materials are evidence that the rebuilding process is far advanced here in Parvati. And two-story buildings like the one behind me are even clearer evidence that the people intend to rebuild in the only community they say they've known, which is why their response is clear.
I'm like my third generation fisherman in my family. So if Andrew relocate me, I don't have nowhere to put my equipment on my boat. So I cannot leave.
After Hurricane Melissa, I myself have spent over $5 million to renovate my house. And to hear that I have to relocate, that's not nice. And I'm not going to live in any container house. Reporting from Paris is clear.
I'm like my third generation fisherman in my family. So if Andrew relocate me, I don't have nowhere to put my equipment on my boat. So I cannot leave. After
who this Jamaica? Who this? I the same Rasta this. Rasta never realized at the time. Rasta, hope you wise up, brother. Hope you wise up.
Don't give me hope by me seeing the people them around the country. Don't give me hope by me seeing the people them around the country. Don't give me hope and faith. And that's how we. Don't give me hope by me seeing the people them around the country. Don't give me hope and faith. And that's. Don't give me hope by me seeing the people them around the country. Don't give me hope and faith. And that's how we hold on to. And His Spirit.
Their response is clear.
I'm like my third generation fisherman in my family. So if Andrew relocate me, I don't have nowhere to put my equipment on my boat. So I cannot leave.
After
Don't give me hope by me seeing the people them around the country. Don't give me hope and faith. And that's how we hold on to. And His Spirit.
Here Andrew, man say, wanna give me hope. And that's how we hold on to. Andrew say, I know. And just I look upon the land and I look upon the landscape and I say, yes. Money. Rasta, don't be deceived again here. And that go for all Rasta. I say it already, I'm not going to say it again. Anybody will live right and them a Rasta, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you.
You know, so I respect and I honor this, and we will never forget this. Me really meet it person. Respect here.
Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
We're going to come through and do a lot of stuff. Which is see we have started. Getting the road back up. The garbage will be, debris will be collected.
Yes, sir.
The houses that we can rescue.
Yes.
We'll try as best as possible to rescue them, and there may be some relocation that I see.
Respect. From Parati here, you're the best. We never see you right away, but we get to see you. We honor that. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said.
I was here, but I can't be everywhere.
Me and that. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said.
I was here, but I can't be.
Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said.
I was
see you. We honor that. Keep up the good work. Hear me. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
No, this is embarrassing, bro. I swear to God, man.
I was here, but I can't be everywhere.
Me understand.
Where you are.
But so like what me see, you know, me feel like we still left on him.
Hey, who man is this?
You are.
But so like what me see, you know, me feel like we still left on him.
Hey, who man is this? Oh, man, is this?
You are.
But
so
like what me see, you know, me feel like we still left on him.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody. Man or woman.
But we get to see and we honor that. Keep up the good work. Hear me, I said.
I was here, but I can't be everywhere.
Me understand.
Where you are.
But
So
like when me
here.
see you now, me feel like we still left on him.
Right? That's the first thing. That in parity, there is no move to try and force people to leave.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Right? That's the first thing. That's clear. Right? Anything that will happen is in relation to an engagement with the people. Right? Clearly, as you know, some people have the wherewithal and some people have already rebuilt. Right? And what those people are saying is that they are ready to run the risk. But there are some people who are not able to, right? There are some people that because the sea has taken the land, they cannot build back in that area, right? And the government is saying for those people, we are going to provide a solution for you, right? We are going to provide a solution for you that allows you to be able to restart with the support of the government, right? That is critical. So all of these stories about hotels and those things, that is not on the cards. Right? That has never been said in relation to party.
Take his microphone. Just a minute. Just a minute. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop.
I was making the point that already we have started to put in things in relation to the fishing beach in Parity. Since the hurricane, we have put in a solar generated storage facility in Parity to help the fishers when they come with 3 deep freezes in there so that they can store their produce. Then when I take people to eat that, so you're telling me that a storage facility for fish, I will stop them from mass developing from Parity to the next place where Edmund Bartlett said. I know we say it, Edmund Bartlett say it, and your name did call, When him talk about Jason Hensel, he mentioned your name in that speech as well, Floyd Green. So why not take people and for eat that? Come like you're not afraid of God here, man. That has happened already, right? We've put in a $2,500 water tank in Parity, right? So the idea that Parity is going to be abandoned, or the idea that there is some master devious plan is just not true, right? It's just not true. In Parity, there is no move to try and force people to get some help. There is a government in place that will continue to look out for the needs of the citizens and will work tremendously to service those needs. It's not easy, and clearly we got a major blow, right? It's not easy, right? But again, I'll come back to that. In relation to the other things, road and water continue to be some of the major challenges in relation to Southwest St. Elizabeth. Thankfully, we've started our main road patching program, and we've done work in a number of areas, right? We've done work on most of our main thoroughfares, including coming from Peter Cross down to Shorten in Newell. We've done some work in coming out of Holland Bamboo going into Middle Quarters. We've done some work in Black River, right? We're going to continue that in relation to our road program. We're going to be focusing on parts of Knoxwood going into Mountainside, have a really bad area right next to Canute. So we're going to be Sure, we think you want to talk about parity. So, Jamaica have made my point. You know, he must say one thing, but Edmund Bartlett has say one next thing. Now, I go back to Edmund Bartlett. This is what Edmund Bartlett said. What I'm on about. Zoom. Not that video, the next one. When this specific thing about parity.
We have already indicated to the people of parity that their livelihood will be preserved, the value of their asset will be preserved, but most importantly, their dignity will be preserved.
A new Black River will emerge. Black River built a little way now from the coastline, further inland, and the coastline will become the new touristic area of St. Elizabeth.
Wow.
So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision Black River, that's where we're going. From Parati all the way back to Crawford, if you know that area.
You hear that, Fly Green? From Party to Crawford. Let me Google the length. What is the length of South Beach? So I can show you say a serious thing. The comparison we make. What is the length of South Beach in Florida? What is the length of South Beach? It's a massive beach, you know, ladies and gentlemen. See it there on your screen? South Beach, iconic neighborhood in Miami Beach, Florida, spans about 2.5 miles. 2.5 miles. The actual sandy beach stretches from South Point Park to the southern tip of the barrier island up to 23rd Street. All right, that's South Beach. So when I'm talking about St. Elizabeth and is the new South Beach, there you go. Let's look at an image of South Beach. You see that? You see that? That is see the length? This is all beach. This is all South Beach. See that? That's what he's talking about. That's what he's comparing it to. So I'm not making things up in my mind. But Fly Green wants to tell us that there's no plans. What do you mean there's no plans? Edmund Bartlett talking about South Beach. Imagine South Beach. Imagine, well, we're imagining. And we're not just imagining, we're putting a picture to the imagination to show you what he compared the thing to. And he said from Crawford to Parati. That's the new South Beach. Not my word. So who is lying? Are you lying to the investors? Is Edmund Bartlett lying to the investors? Talked about the biggest airport in the Caribbean. Well, there must be some massive development for you to have the biggest airport. Very interesting. They're expecting a lot of people in it. Man, these people take us for baboons, bro. Man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Man. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. My side, if you guys want to continue to watch, you have to come over to BOLO TV here. Yeah, man. All roads lead to BOLO TV for the rest of the night. If you guys want to continue to watch. Alright, my side. Fair enough? I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section for you. That's where the marathon continues. Over BOLO TV. Alright? I'm gonna drop the link in the chat so you guys can come over to BOLO TV. Fair enough? I'm dropping the link right now. Dropping the link right now. Watch this. Oh. Yes. Dropping the link. And hit the like button before you leave, please. Thank you. A lot of likes is not registered over there. Alright guys, so come over to BOLO TBV.